Hey guys, hey! I know it's really early. I still have a lot of packing to do, and I haven't had a good workout in a really long time, so I figured, why don't I come on here, see how you guys are doing, get my gym on. And it might be a little too early for everybody because it's not even 8 o'clock yet, so I don't fully expect a whole lot of people to be awake. So, hi girl, how you doing? But I've got a lot of packing to do. Good morning. And I figured I need to get some kind of exercise in before I'm doing the same monotonous bullshit I've been doing for the last week. And I really wanted to get a bike ride in. Last couple of times I've done the spin bike, it's ended up hurting my knees. Good morning. So far so good. So far I'm okay. Hi Stephanie. Good morning, Carol. So yeah, so far so good. Little worried still. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, them bitches coughing on me did a number on me. I'm not joking. Like, I've never been that terrified in my entire life. Like, this is hot. This is very attractive. But I don't care. So, good morning, Nikki. Thank you for joining me. I am on a spin bike, if you don't know what I'm doing, because it probably looks odd for me just to sit up here and do this shtick. The handlebars are way over here. And because I've hurt my knee in the past couple weeks, I'm not standing up on the bike right now. I'm just using it as a regular bike. You know, it's not even me that I got upset about. It's the fact that I could give something to Evelyn. And Evelyn is only 28. I think that is where my mindset went, is that because I went into the store knowingly, you know, that it would be a possibility for somebody to be sick in there. I just didn't realize that people were going to be so blatantly, let me come stand right behind you and spit on you kind of people. So, I didn't really get upset for myself. I mainly got upset for Evelyn. She wouldn't do so good, guys, if I died. She's not gonna be so good. And I would not be so good if she died. So, they have opened up my state. I don't know if they've opened up your state, but a lot of non-essential businesses are now open. I will not be visiting them. Just being honest. I will not be going to, Yuki, stop. You're over there licking my pants. Where are you at, Genevieve? Because like nail salons and hair salons and shit like that, Goodwills, yeah, that shit's open here. We need to be closed. We need to be closed. But no, yeah, we need to be closed. Now, I know you said not here, but where are you? Like, oh, you're in Delaware, that's right. Hey, 2 of you live in Delaware. I told you I lived in Delaware for not a long time, probably about 6 months. I lived in Delaware. Yeah, scroll up. I think Carol said she's in Delaware. Hold on. Yeah, Carol's in Delaware. This is a small state. Hey, Missy. Hey. I got my go-go juice, which tastes like something else. So, it looks like we'll be leaving next week, guys. So, the 13th is when the moving truck will be here. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yes, literally, the Smithfield ham packing pork plant is here. And it's only like 300 miles away. And like over 1,000 people tested positive. And they're not shutting it down. Because Trump said don't shut down the meatpacking industry. That's the face I'm making. Oh yeah, baby. Get me the fuck out of here. So here's the deal. We are leaving. Yeah, with the Tyson chicken plant, yeah. We are leaving. The place we're going to is a much bigger area, obviously. But the likelihood, because it's military, they're going to allow us off this base because of where it is very small. At a cookie factory. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. So we've kind of been told that I'm not even going to be able to quarantine with her. So that means that I have to stay in a hotel room by myself for 14 days before I can go join her on base. So imagine that shit. So we get to where we're going. I have to go be put up in a hotel room for 14 days with the dogs. And then once that's over, I can go stay with her on base. But yeah, this is something I'm not used to. This is something that's very confusing to me. I don't have any military people to talk to about it because there's never been a pandemic before. Not like this. So I don't have any military ladies with experience that are like, oh yeah, this is how we did it. No problem, Nirvana. I don't have that. I have okay, well, I'm gonna stay in a hotel room, all right, for 14 days, and then I can join you? Well, that they said yes, but does that mean yes? Because the military can say yes to something and it doesn't actually mean yes. Depends on the hotel. And since we're paying for it out of pocket, I don't think I'm going to be in the lap of luxury. I'm just putting that out there. Yeah, so she has to quarantine, and she has to quarantine away from me. It's their rules. I'm not blaming them. It's just their rules. So they want her to specifically quarantine herself, and I have to be quarantined away from her in case I'm sick. Yeah, that one comes out of my pocket. Because this is a TDY, it's not a PCS, so they're not moving us. We're just being sent somewhere. And most of the time for a PCS, a TDY, guys, a temporary, sorry guys, but temporarily moving somebody to go take a class, okay? That's what she's doing. She's going to school somewhere. So normally, if you were a normal woman, and you drove, and you weren't cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and could be left alone, maybe had children, then you would stay here. So I would stay here in the house. And she would go for 6 months and come back. But since I'm a 2-year-old and can't be left alone because I have major manic depression, just saying, if I was a normal woman that could like function on her own, I would stay here. But considering that I'm not, and we all know I'm not, if you've been on this channel more than a hot second, you already know that I'm not. And I'm not capable of taking care of myself by being alone. I don't drive, I don't have children, and I cannot be by myself. We've tried it, just can't do it. I have to go with her. So it makes things a little more difficult. I make things really difficult. Welcome to my life. I'm difficult. I was not alone for a while, for very long. And I had Elisa's mom with me. I had Evelyn's mom with me. So I wasn't really alone. I was either living with Janet or I was living with, no, I don't want to be back here by myself. I don't want to be here. And we learned that while Evelyn is away, she doesn't function without me. She doesn't feed herself. She won't eat. Like, so she dropped all that weight while she was in South Korea. She won't eat. She doesn't do clothes. Like, we really are that couple where neither one of us has got the sense God gave toilet paper, but to function on our own. So though she can work and go do stuff, she won't feed herself, won't take her medication on time, won't get stuff ready, won't wash her clothes. Ooh, girl. Ooh, girl. You asking for me to go to jump off a bridge? Go live with my mama. Mama, if you're watching this, I love you. We're the best of friends, but I don't want to live with you. I love you very much. Thank you. Yeah, we are ridiculously codependent, and I don't joke about it. It's the truth. She'll tell you herself, like, she cannot stand to be away from me. I love my mama. Yes, I do. I love you. If you watch this later on today, I love you. But we can't live together. Not only that, all joking aside, my mother lives in a 55-year and older retirement center. They have their own homes. But, you know what I'm saying? They have their own homes and stuff, but like her own condo, and she goes and does whatever she wants. But she can't have people there more than 2 weeks. And I would need to be there for like 6 months. So that's not even really possible. I'm not old enough. So, not that my mother wouldn't let me stay there. She would. I can't. And plus, she's at home a lot right now. And she's vegan. This does not bode well for me. This does not bode well for me. No, I'm just being funny with you, but honestly, my mother would probably kill me faster than the COVID would ever. Hold on, let me scroll up, guys. Hold on, guys. Sorry, I got a bunch of stuff. Give me 1 second. Hello from New Zealand. I'm doing great. Yeah, no, my mom said nobody. Like, she could be lying to me. Like, yeah, Evelyn's at work already. She could be like, yeah, ain't nobody allowed to stay down here. Nirvana. Nobody. Especially Nirvana. My mother and I are very similar in almost every single solitary way. So growing up was a lot of fun. I love you, Mom. Growing up was awesome. Good morning, Rachel. Adults can stay because they are probably caretakers. Yeah. But she doesn't need a caretaker. My mom is very healthy. She's very active. She works at a hospital. Disney is closed down. So she's not working at Disney right now. She's furloughed. So when Disney opens back up, they'll give her job back, hopefully, because she's been there for like 15 years and is about to retire with them, which means that she'd get all the Disney perks. That's the whole reason she's worked there for so long. So But yes, to those of you who are like, well, Nirvana, you need to be more of an adult. I'm 42 like, at the end of this year. Do you really think I'm going to get my shit together? I mean, honestly, be honest with a hoe. Do you really think at 42 I'm honestly going to be like, magically I can drive and I'm going to get off all this medication and life is going to be picture perfect and I'm going to be able to do everything on my own? No. 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 I want to. I would love to. It would be an awesome thing. I've tried it before. I've lived on my own before. That was a horrible experience. I ended up in a mental institution. I just don't do well alone. I just don't do well alone. You know, Janet would allow me to stay with her. I'll scroll in just a second. And good morning to anybody who's showed it up. Good morning. Normally I'm not really awake right now. I'm usually awake at like 9 and start my day, but Evelyn has been doing the morning shift. I've been there 3 times, depending on which one you're talking about. None of them were good. Do not recommend. 0 out of 5 stars. Do not recommend. Let's see here. I'm gonna scroll, guys. Give me 1 second. Okay, my mama is a handler at Disney. What that means is that she takes the Disney characters out one by one. They get 20 minutes to meet with people. So let's say Pocahontas is coming out. She works all the parks. So she works with the Star Wars characters. She works with everybody, like Chewie, where you get to go take pictures with BB2. And, you know, she holds your notepad and she'll take a picture for you if you're nice. If you just don't shove your shit in her face and tell her to take a picture. If you're nice and kind of courteous, would you mind taking a picture for me? Would you hold this for me for a second? That's what my mama does. That's what my mom does. So she does that at Disney, and then she works at the Celebration Hospital in Orlando. And that's her main job. She's a nuclear med tech. But right now they're having her check in COVID patients, which there seems to be an influx of them. So I'm going to scroll. I'm not ignoring anybody, like I'm just answering stuff as I see it, okay? So nobody's getting ignored. I will come to your question in just a second. All right, I got that one. Hi, Lori. Oh, so it's not that I can't stay with Janet. I could totally stay with Janet if I wanted to. Evelyn doesn't want me to. Evelyn really wants me to help her study and help her with going to school and making sure that everything is going all right. She just doesn't do very well alone either. And being that we were separated for so long in South Korea, just the thought of it like gives her really bad anxiety. So she'd just rather me be with her. But yeah, I could totally stay with Janet. Janet would give 0 fucks. You know that. Janet loves me. She's like the only friend that will put up with me. That's why we've been friends for 25 years. All right, hold on 1 second. I said good morning, Rachel. Good morning, Lori. My parents moved in with us 3 years. Did not end well. They moved back out, yeah. Mental institution. You're at more risk in Ron with contacting it than she would be. You would not be going out. She would be. You should, oh, sorry, I read that wrong. I know that, Erin, I do, but it's like, let me try to explain, like, let me explain to you why I don't ask her to go into the stores for me. Let's say that I wanted this, okay? I needed this specific thing. This is the G2, this is the lower sugar one. I need this one or the one with 0 sugar. I want this flavor. And I send her into the store telling her exactly what it is. I've sent her a picture of what it is. And she would come out with something completely different. I would tell her I need avocados. She would come out with like 2 avocados. I needed 6 avocados. You know, I wrote 6 avocados. I need 2 cases of water. She'd come out with 1. Not even the right kind of water. She's not very... How can I say stuff that doesn't make me sound like an asshole? somebody help me out here. It's not that she's not capable of doing these things herself. It's just that she hates shopping because she's transgender so much because people stare at her. She hates it so much that she just cannot, she just wants to go in and grab shit and leave. So like actually sitting there and going down aisle by aisle to pick out little things over and over again makes her really upset. Did you write that on purpose? Like, are you telling me to die? Like, what, why? Why, Genevieve, why? Hold on, I'm scrolling, guys. Oh my God, Manitoba is doing phase 3. Oh my God. Your mom lives right beside you in the driveway, all in between us. How was the food? It's like cafeteria school food. I mean, literally, that's all it is. It's cafeteria. Same shit you got served in high school. Same shit you get served there. But the fun thing is if they deem that you're overweight, you get like 800 to 1,000 calories. So they get to decide whether or not to put you on a diet. So if you're overweight, in their eyes, depending on your BMI, they will legitimately tell you that you're going on a diet, whether you want to or not. That means when everybody else gets their brownie and everybody else gets their pudding, or, you know, they get cookies or a muffin, or when they have breakfast and they get bagels and you get oat bran or, you know, oatmeal with no sugar, no butter. Yeah, you think that would help me? It didn't. I did not appreciate. I think the only thing that kept me from, yeah, she doesn't give a shit about shopping. She doesn't give a fuck about shopping. She just knows that I'll go in and get what I need. Hold on, let me scroll, guys. Good morning, Jacqueline. Well, have a good night, Lori, if you're still here. I'm scrolling. Hold on, guys. We do the same thing. We love them. She's uncomfortable and just wants to grab and run. I'm gonna, yeah. I give a shit about shopping. My hubby is like that. Pedal Nirvana. Yeah, they add dieting because, you know, to them, it's a government-run facility. So, you know, you do what they want. Plus, back then, I was smoking. I smoked until 2010. So you only got like 2 smoke breaks a day. So just imagine being held against your will, being made to eat shit that you don't want, you're forced to take the medication they deem that you need. No matter what it is, and then you're only allowed to smoke twice a day. So when you go out there, you literally are smoking like 2 cigarettes at a time, you know, one after the other, because you only get 5 minutes. So that did not go well for me. I did not appreciate the times I was in there. I think it was worse than, I think it did more, how can I put it? It didn't go very well. Group therapy was really fucking boring. You know, a lot of people in there were addicts. A lot of people in there had come off the street. Everybody would come in, you'd say your name. They'd say, do you want to talk about anything today? Some people would, some people wouldn't. I had 0 interest in making friends. I had 0 interest in like really talking to these people, what I wanted to do, because I was so heavily medicated. Each time I'd go in there, they would fuck with my meds. So each time I went in there, I don't know if you take medications and stuff like that, but a lot of times they make you feel like a zombie to make you really tired. There are tons of people who couple up. Hell yeah. Like when they leave, they're like, oh, we're going to be in a relationship. I love you. And I'm like, for about 3 days until your medicine wears off. You enjoy that. Make me drink this. I'm just going to sit here and hold it in my hand. But, let me scroll. I went to Woodbridge, that's in Tennessee, and then I went to the one down in Nashville, which I can't remember off the top of my head, which is the big mental hospital in Nashville. Let's see here. I am alive. Oh no, you're good to see me alive. I was like, no, I am alive. This is not a Christian mingle. I actually left my second time in Woodbridge because I went to Woodbridge twice. And then they sent me to the big hospital the third time because Woodbridge wouldn't take me. Didn't have enough beds. So, because it was a smaller run facility. So, I didn't have insurance. So, they were like, you're going to have to go to the big house. I had met two people that seemed pretty cool. Like one girl was like playing guitar and she seemed pretty chill and was like really nice and whatever. And then the guy she was kind of digging out with, which was a recovering heroin addict that, you know, was none of my business. The day we were all getting out, she was like, you know, I have some money, let's go get a hotel room and hang out for the night. That was a really bad idea. That was a really bad idea. That was not a good idea. If I could go back and tell past Nirvana that was a bad idea, I would. You just get out of a mental institution. You've been hopped up on all kinds of drugs. This one I was on trileptal, Geodon, and Effexor. And because I didn't have insurance, I would have to go in every 2 weeks and get, hey girl, hey! Every 2 weeks to get a refill. So you only get 2 weeks at a time at the clinic because I didn't have insurance. So it's not like you have 3 months supply of medication like I do now with the military. So they were literally chopping up their medication and snorting it. So I did not want to partake. So I didn't have a phone either. So I had to borrow one of their phones while they were chopping up their medication and snorting it. And called my roommate at the time. His name is Hobbit. His name is Steve. And I was renting a room from him. And I asked him to polite me to come and get me before I got killed and chopped up into tiny bits because they were going fucking crazy. Hey girl, hey, love your face. Oh girl, I wish I had a picture of how bad, maybe I do, hold on. Let me show them. This bitch comes home to me. Let me see if I can find you a picture of her real quick because I know she took some. Just make sure she ain't naked. Give me just a second. Pat on Nirvana. Let me see if I can find a picture of my wife. Oh, here you go. Can you guys see that? Can you see that beautiful shade of lobster? Okay, sorry, thank you. Is that showing up? Yeah. So this right here is her normal skin tone. The other one is not. So she is burnt to a crispy crunch. So I didn't have anything in the house in order to get her, you know, to help. Like I had some lotion and stuff, but the lotion I had was made of mostly alcohol because a lot of lotions, if you look at it, they have alcohol in them. So that was just gonna hurt. And I was like, what you need is aloe vera. What I need to go find you is aloe vera. So that's what started the whole, like, why don't I go get aloe vera for you? Where can I find it? Oh, Target has it. Let me get coughed on deal. So that's why I actually went out. I didn't have that either, but I should have used that. Yeah, she is roasted, and she's out there again today. So she's been out in the sun for 2 days, but I bought her some Neutrogena spray sunscreen, and it seems to work really well. It's what I used when I was at Disney World, and I didn't get sunburned, I just got tanned. So are you guys following my ridiculousness on TikTok? Yes, yes I did. I specifically went for Tylenol, which they were completely, the whole, I wanted to take a picture of it, but there was a guy there refilling stuff. The whole shelf was completely empty except for just regular ass Tylenol. Like the entire shelf of Tylenol. I guess people think that Tylenol is the cure for COVID. But it was ridiculous how much Tylenol was gone. I was like, where the fuck is all the Tylenol? What? Who's eating all this Tylenol? But yeah, the guy who was refilling the stuff, he's like, yeah, people apparently think this is the cure for COVID, so they just come in here and buy as many as possible. So now there's only a one per person type deal, like, of Tylenol. I'm like, y'all fucking crazy. Let me scroll up. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. It's TikTok is odd. It's actually really easy to use, like if you're gonna use it yourself. But as far as like being a creator, I just kind of dick off on it, just to give me a little something more to do while I'm packing and becoming incredibly bored. Yes, so this is true about the meat. I know somebody said something above that, but I just thought that caught my eye. So you are only allowed to pick up 2 packs of meat, and that includes chicken, beef, and pork. So if you go in there expecting to get, because it's the first of the month, if you go in there expecting to get 2 packs of chicken, 2 packs of beef, 2 packs of pork, it's not going to happen. You can have 2 packs. Now that doesn't mean that you can't come back tomorrow, but again, what I wish they would do is what they did in Korea. Korea, you had a set dollar amount depending on who was in your home. If you had, let's say that you had 5 kids, so you would be able to spend like $2,500 in the grocery store, and like it showed on your card, like you'd have to scan your your card anyway, your ID card, and it would come up every month how much money you're spending in there. So if you had 5 kids, you got to spend this much money. If you didn't, you had a $1,200 limit. Well, that limited people from going in there and buying for their grandma and grandpa and, you know, so on and so on, to just sticking with buying just for you. You know, because the commissary isn't for grandma and papa and, you know, your aunts and uncles. The commissary is for retirees, veterans, and, you know, active duty. That's what it's here for. So a lot of people are like, wait, blah, 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 I need to blah, blah. Retirees, veterans, active duty. It's on a base. It's for military. I don't think that's a hard thing to understand. There's Walmart. There's all kinds of other places to shop. I'm not going to give in to that one, so I don't care what your opinion is on getting everybody groceries at the commissary. If they're not military, they shouldn't be getting it. Sorry, but not sorry, because it's taking away from people who actually need it, that are actually on base, who or are retired. So for me, that's how I feel about it. So won't be changing my mind on that one. This is kind of stupid in a way because that encourages people to go out more. It does. Or in the new military. Yeah, because you can't get enough food. You can't get enough meat for the entire month if you can only get 2 packs of hamburger at one time. So it is a bit ridiculous, but we're having a meat shortage everywhere. So this keeps, you know, people from going in and picking up 10 packs of hamburger, 10 packs of chicken, and 10 packs of pork, and then the other people coming in won't have any. So, because that's what's been happening. Like, the first day after the pandemic started, all chicken was gone. Not one fucking pack of chicken for the first 2 weeks. Like people would go in there and take all the chicken. There was none. And that means chicken nuggets, frozen chicken, like anything you could get a hold of. Like now they're actually, you know, you can only get 2 packs of potatoes. You can only get 2 packs of this. You can only get a pack of this. You can only take 1 pack of toilet paper. So they're actually cutting down where like Target had no things up whatsoever. So you could get as much shit at Target as you wanted. Because like I said, I walked through to see what they had because I picked up a few things for myself. But they had no limit on what you could buy. But the commissary does have limits. Scrolling up. Have a good day, honey. It was good to see you. Thank you for showing up. I'm on here for another 30 minutes at least because I'm forcing myself to have at least an hour's worth of working out because I haven't in days. And days and days. And this is kind of waking me up enough to where I can go and do other stuff in the house. Well, it was good to see you. I appreciate you showing up and hanging out with me. I do appreciate you guys. I'm just coming up here and chilling with a hoe because right now I'm feeling kind of boxed in. And there's only so much shit I can do in one day where I'm just like, I'm done. I'm done for the day. Finished. So tell me more. What's been going on with y'all? Tell me about your state. Tell me how your grocery stuff is going on. Who have you been making? And what a chill you to you. And what, hold on. And what a chill to you are. I don't think I understand that. Mom is retired Air Force today. Shopping day for her. We'll take her. We're scared. I don't have any limits anymore in my area. They're just to discourage buying a lot. We have a Sam's Club. Oh shit, did I get shit on this? I did get shit on this. Oh. Damn it. I hate when I do that. I don't know. Can't unsee that. We have a Sam's Club here. They are limiting how many people can go in, obviously. They're limiting how much meat you can go in and get. But every time I've gone, which I've gone like 3 times since this all started, they haven't had any meat. Except for like really expensive ribeyes that were like $40. Like there was no like hamburger, chicken, anything like that, because people go in and they, you know, pick up the stuff before Evelyn got off work, or would be going into work and like just not being able to get a hold of anything like that. So we've been eating a lot of little meals here and there. I've been cooking little meals, like a little thing of spaghetti, and then she'd eat that. And like I've made a little bit of Swedish meatballs, and she's been eating on that type of thing. So I've been, instead of making my big meals that last like 3 or 4 days, I'm making ones that last like a day, day and a half, because we just can't get a hold of the food to make bigger meals. I'm hoping that us going to a bigger area will change that, but I'm not sure. Till May 15th, having a good week, kind of. Finally able to get my husband back home. He was stuck in Alaska. Oh my goodness. Nikki, I'm so sorry. Our Sam's Club limits people in essential purchase too. They have pretty good variety of meat though. I think it's because I live in the middle of nowhere. And like that's people's only choice. Where's your water? Where is it? Where's your water? Hold on. Groceries are fine here, no issues. 5 to 6 weeks ago, we had mass shortages. Now we're okay. Have you ever had pork carnitas? I got a nice pre-seasoned pork. So with pork, because I know Smithfield and I know that they just had a huge outbreak. I do not want to pick up pork. Like, I'm sure that I'm not buying Tyson chicken either. And I bought beef from an actual place here that butchers their own cows. But they're very limited on how much they're giving out. So we have a butcher, and I go and get our stuff from there because it's local. But it is very, 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 very hard to get meat here at the moment. No doubt, I don't doubt that cooking would kill everything, but it's the fact that you're touching it before you're cooking it, and then you're touching your knives and your stuff, and you know, if you accidentally touch yourself, or you know, you rub your face on accident, or you've touched a glass, or it's just my paranoia. That's all. It's just my paranoia, personally. And I know that's 100% what normal people would be like, just wash your hands. And I do wash my hands. It's just the thought of me accidentally touching something and then not thinking about it, and then it like spreading to something else that I've touched or Evelyn would touch, and then I've killed us all. Because I'm a paranoid, crazy piece of crap. Let's see here. I work in a children's hospital in cardiac surgery, so my family has designated me to the grocery person because I'm already out daily, so people love home is safe. From a butcher, village life. I wouldn't want to, but I could tell you on accident I have. I could tell you on accident I've absolutely touched my face after I've cooked something and be like, ah, God, oh, and I have to wash my face off. In general, have you ever made them getting cooked? Yes, I have made pork carnitas before. I've never made successful pork carnitas before. Like I've made them in the crock pot. I've made them in the oven, but they've never tasted as good as when I got them from a Mexican place. Excuse me. So if you have a good recipe for that, I'd love to hear it, but I have never been able to do it myself. I make a damn good chicken taco though. So we will be packing up everything before the 13th. Give me just a second because this is hurting my hoo-de-ha. You can guess all you want, but I ain't gonna tell you. And I mean that, you can guess all you want. I'm not being rude. I'm just telling you, you can guess all you want, but I ain't gonna tell you. Yeah, the 13th, people will be here to pick up our stuff and take it to the storage area. And then we will probably be leaving maybe a week after that. So we'll be having just our phones, our internet, and like one of the shitty mattresses that we have. That'll be the only thing that we have left in the house besides some stuff that we're taking with us. But other than that, everything else will be cleared out. Monday, I'm keeping my family isolated for a couple weeks. I anticipate that everybody and their grandma's gonna get it. I am very good at keeping secrets. Very, very, very good. Like, none of y'all knew that Evelyn was transgender. You can't. Golly, stop that. She's licking my pants. And they're clean. Quit licking my pants. No. Like, none of y'all guys knew that Evelyn was transgender, even though I knew like 4 and 5 years beforehand. So, if it ain't my secret to tell, or I just don't want to let you guys on about it, I won't. I'm like, I'll tell you when I tell you. I'll give you guys hints. I'm nice enough to give you hints, but even if you guess right, I still ain't gonna tell you. Let's see. I've been isolated for a couple weeks. Thank you for watching me, though. It They're very sweet. Yeah, we've been waiting for that for years and gone to therapy and everything's been great, but it wasn't my story to tell. So when she was ready, she came out to everybody and I was like, okay, well, I'll tell everybody now. But until then, I don't think it makes her abnormal. I don't think it changes anything. At least to me it doesn't. She's the same exact person she was before. Just got boobs and longer hair. I can dig it. But sometimes, but very rarely. I wanted to say thank you for your video yesterday. I felt the same way. Oh, Jen, you're welcome. That video was something different. I kind of gave everybody the business. I was not happy. I was very upset. Like, they were like, you're overreacting. I'm like, no, I ain't. Let's see. Kind of guess something different, but she's beautiful. But she is a beautiful face. What? I guess something was different, but she is a beautiful face. For a few times, those dimples. Unfortunately, we're not going to have children. We're at the point to where that is not even a possibility. So, we did not save any sperm on purpose. It's just not something we're going to do. So if we do adopt or foster, whenever we finally settle down, that will be the way we go. But having biological children will not happen. So her dimples will be lost forever. She's actually the third. She's actually the third trans person that I've been with. So it was not a surprise to me. I was very accepting. It didn't bother me. And every trans person I was transitioned while I was with them because I make people feel comfortable about being themselves. So that always kind of made me feel good that, you know, you can look at it one or two ways, like, you know, people come out to you because they feel comfortable with you, or you made somebody come out because, you know what I'm saying? But she is the third person I've been with that transitioned with me, and the other two were cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I'm trying to guess where you're going. It's like, where the heck in the world is Nirvana? Give a few good hints. I'll keep tracking. It'll be fun, Carol, I promise. Once we get on the road, I'll start posting pictures and be like, guess where I'm at? And it'll be fun. That video was hard for me to post. She's very happy. She is so happy, guys. Like, it's just, she is so much happier than she's ever been. And that's something that I honestly, that is a gift that just keeps on giving, is knowing how happy she is. Just being able to be herself and know that she's accepted. So I think that if more people would just kind of open up and be like, it's okay, you know, it might not be your cup of tea. It might not be something that you can deal with personally, but allowing that person to express themselves and be who they are, whether you're going to stay with them or not, you know, go to therapy and talk about it, at least allow them to come out. And if that is not what you want in life, then, you know, kind of be more, how can I put it? I would rather be best friends. I would rather be best friends with her than to lose her altogether. Because when I love somebody, I love them. I love them for them. I love them for who they are. That doesn't change with me. Everybody I've ever been with, or I've made really good friends with. Even if we don't talk anymore, I still have that love. I just choose not to talk to them. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, for my personal sake, like, I have cut them off. But as in general, I still have love for that person. I think a lot of times if people will just be like, I still love you, I still care about you, but I want you to live your best life type of deal, I think it would be a little easier, and a lot of people wouldn't commit suicide, especially in being gay and trans and bi. Like, a lot of people would not kill themselves instead of being afraid to come out to their friends and family and loved ones. Let me scroll up. Yes, girl, her body does rock, and I'm jealous as shit as well. Mostly because of her job and family. She was really scared to come out to her family. And most of them still did not react very nicely. So, to be honest with you, that was the main reason why she didn't come out, is because she knew her family wasn't going to be accepting, and she was right. So until we knew we were leaving the California area, she was not comfortable with coming out, because all her family lives in California. Let's see. I'm scrolling, guys. Gender is stuff to me, but I think talking drugs and having surgeries is very serious. Gender stuff to me is, I don't know what MBD is, but I think taking drugs and having surgeries is very serious. Love is not where you want to be. Oh, stay well, Carol. Be safe. We want people to be happy. I couldn't imagine the pain of someone going through if they were stuck in a body that they weren't supposed to be in. Oh, I'm just doing what I gotta do. I'm just doing what I gotta do. I think people are afraid. They hear horror stories about trans people taking medication. They hear horror stories about trans people having surgeries. I think any surgery is a huge deal, whether you are trans or not. I think any surgery, women get titties every day. Like, I need my titties done every day. So what is the difference between me getting titties and her getting titties? Like, to me, there is no difference. It is an elective surgery that you want. With the right hormones, your breast tissue grows, and that gives you the room in order to get implants to make them bigger. As far as what goes down in between your pants, that's between you and God. Like, ain't got nothing to do with me. If I needed a vagina rejuvenation, nobody would say anything. Like, nobody would blink. I'd be like, I'm getting my hoo-ha sewed back up so it feels better. People will be like, okay. But if you talk about, you know, a trans person getting the right, you know, anatomy for what they feel and know who they are, people are like, oh, well, wait a minute, you're changing. No, I'm becoming who I am, and makes me feel more comfortable. So that, to me, is a no-brainer. If you want to go through that, and the military, just so you guys know, does not pay for these things. These are things that the military doesn't pay for. It has to be an act of Congress. The military does not pay for it. So that comes out of the pocket. So if Evelyn wants titties, that's out of our pocket. If Evelyn wants to do anything else, it's out of our pocket. If she wants to get her Adam's apple shaved, if she wants to get face surgery done, whatever that is, the military doesn't just like, here's some money. Here you go. I can't even get my skin fixed. Do you think that they would turn around and give people titties for free? Like, no. So a lot of people are just really on that bandwagon of, well, the military shouldn't be paying for this. Military don't. Like, these people are usually getting it by, like I said, it has to be an act of Congress that they have to put in for a they have to put in for Congress stuff. And then they have to find a doctor who's willing to do it pro bono. And you still have to pay for the anesthesia. So you still have to get you still have to get permission from the military to be able to do these things, number one, because they don't let you have elective, and they still consider it elective surgeries. So you still have to get them to say that you can have this time off. And that's what the whole bullshit was with the, you know, should we allow people who are transgender in the military to still stay in the military, because if they get these surgeries, can they still serve? Well, I know people who've had their vagina done and were back at work at 6 weeks. Well, do you know that when I had my surgeries done, all of them said 6 weeks? So it was no different than me getting any of my surgeries fixed. Like, no different. But because they're trans, it was a bigger deal. Just wrapping that around. Let me take a look at what y'all had to say. Well, it's not really like being a giraffe, to be honest with you. It's not. It's affirming somebody's sexuality and who they believe and know that they are inside. They don't feel the same. It's not like I want to be an alien, I want to be a giraffe. This is affirming somebody's sexual identity. This is their gender. This is who they are. It's not like, well, I would like to be a giraffe, so I guess I'm a giraffe. I sexually identify as an alien, so therefore I'm an alien. It's actually a big deal. And when you guys say stuff like that, it actually hurts them. It's not as cut and dry as, well, you know, I don't care if you want to be a cow. Like, I don't care if you want to be a chicken. I don't care if you want to be a monkey, you can be a monkey. That's really kind of crappy to say it that way, because that's kind of putting down what the point is. The point is that she knows that she's a woman. She feels that she's a woman. She has the brain of a woman. She wants to be what she feels like she is. So she doesn't see herself as a man and never has. So she doesn't feel herself as a giraffe and would like to get surgery to become a giraffe. She would like to one day feel how she really is, which is a woman. She wants to be able to dress how she feels. She wants to have her hair done. She wants to get her nails fixed. She just wants to live her life simply, not to eat grass in the middle of the Sahara. Just putting that out there. Not the same. But we are not in Canada. And I don't know how Canadian Air Force goes for, but they don't pay it. Like the military here does not pay for it. Exactly. Nobody should have, it should be nobody's business. In my personal opinion, it should be absolutely nobody's business. You know, the only reason it is somebody's business is because she's in the military. And that they don't allow you to change your gender without going through a huge rigmarole. Without having to go through a gigantic, there's paperwork and you have to go see an endocrinologist, and you have to see all kinds of therapy. You have to be on therapy for years. Like, you have to see therapists, and you have to go through all kinds of your chain of command and have everything signed. And then it is very, very hard to be trans in the military. And you get treated different at work. Like, when you come out, like, Evelyn is 6'7". I think I've told you guys this. She has a deeper voice. No matter how she tries to fix her voice is very deep. She still has more masculine features, even though she hasn't been a year on, sorry, I'm still pedaling. Even though she hasn't been a year yet on her meds. So the longer she's on her meds, the softer she'll look. You look different as you take your meds more and more and more. So she's still, I want to say growing. I want to say, you know, she's still, a lot of her features will still get smaller and softer, and like your bones do shrink. So she won't be as tall. Just, it's not going to be like she's going to be 5'4". That's never going to happen. But she will lose about 2 inches. And trust me, that shit does matter to her. It really does. Let me scroll. She's just beautiful in general. And she is trying to switch jobs. That's why we're trying to get her to go. Yeah, and laser hair removal pays out of our pocket as well. So literally everything is pretty much out of pocket. If we want it done, it needs to be out of pocket. And Evelyn does not want to do a GoFundMe. She's too prideful for that. I've talked to her about it at length. And she's like, if I want those things done, I'm gonna pay for it myself, type of deal. But thank you. That's very kind of you to say that, but she won't do it. She just doesn't want it. Well, guys, I've been on here a hot minute. It's been a little over an hour. So, I've been doing fine. Other than being in pain and just being generally depressed, everything else is pretty much the same. Nothing's changed. I have a lot more stuff to do in the house. So now that I've warmed up my body, I'm gonna get to doing shit. So I love you guys. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I think about you guys all the time. I pray about you guys all the time. I hope that everyone's doing well and staying safe. And don't let people cough on you in Target, and you'll probably feel better in general. So, I love your beautiful, gorgeous, amazing faces. I really do hope everyone has a wonderful day, no matter where the hell you just happen to be in the world. And I will talk to you guys as soon as I can.